Some people get off on conversation. Some people do it with a look. But until you've had an intimate relationship with an exercise machine, you can never really appreciate the appetites aroused by pumping iron. Now, of course, they'll tell you that the equipment was scientifically designed by some physical therapist with a PhD from MIT. That's lies. All lies. Only someone who truly understands the pleasure of pain could have created such exquisite machines of torture, like the Marquis de Sade, or my boss, Captain Hutchinson.
Lance, just got a call. We got a dead body down on East Palm Drive.
Give it to Decker.
Can't do that. Decker works downtown pulling a code 5.
You're talking the wrong party, Skipper. I just got off shift, remember? Besides, my partner's on a hot date.
Well, I don't care if he's got his zipper stuck in a toaster. 1500 block East Palm. Now, the caller says this guy's laying beside the wheel of a Mercedes with a meat hook in his chest.
What, a meat hook?
Obviously a psychotic who ran out of bullets.
Either that or a nearsighted butcher.
Pick up your partner. Meet me down there ASAP.
They're right.
Hi, Chris.
Hey.
You're already here.
Let me help you with this. Yeah, I had Sam drive me as soon as we came off shift. So what's this?
Well, you said you wanted to make pasta tonight, so I thought I'd surprise you.
You went shopping? No, you didn't have to do that.
I picked up everything we need. The linguine,
Actually, I usually make my own linguine.
the marinara sauce.
Marinara sauce.
You make your own.
Yeah, you know, it's no big deal.
I remember you saying something about shallots, but they didn't have any, so I got onions.
Onions.
Yes.
Onions.
Did I do something wrong?
No. But maybe we can put this stuff away and I'll make a run to the store later myself.
You're doing it again.
Doing what?
Everything always has to be exactly your way, or it isn't right.
No, it's not that really. It's everything is gonna be just fine.
Be honest.
I'm being honest.
You sure?
You know, why don't we just skip straight to the dessert?
Don't do that.
Do what?
Dad, you know I can't concentrate when you do that.
Sorry, Sam, we got a 1054 on East Palm.
I thought you called her Sam.
I do. Oh, this better be good.
Sounds like a silk stocking.
I gotta go.
What about the pasta?
I'll be back. Sam,
A lot of police work is a numbers game. A code 5 is a stakeout. A 1054 is a probable dead body. That usually means whoever found it was too spineless to find out for sure. So they dialed 911 emergency instead. And 911 called Palm Beach PD. That's us.
You know, I'm really an easygoing guy, but it's stiffs like you that really tick me off. Would you look at this guy? Jeez, I hate it when rigor mortis sets in. You have any idea how long it's going to take me to put him down?
how long's this guy been dead?
Oh, about 8 hours, maybe more. Whoever did it used a meat hook.
Nah, I don't think so.
What would you call it?
Well, it looks like a bell hook.
A bail hook. What's the difference?
So meat hooks come from abattoirs, slaughterhouses. His bail hooks down at the docks.
Ah, okay.
Okay, see you, Raj.
See ya.
Late. Hope we didn't keep you from anything pressing, Lorenzo.
Actually, we were just getting to that part, Captain.
I bet you were.
Hey, who was this guy?
He's ID'd as Quentin Kirkland III.
Stockbroker?
Same. Kirkland and Bowes. You know it?
I went to school with his daughter. We were pretty close.
Did you ever meet him?
No, her mother was his first wife. By the time I met her, he was working on number 4.
Ooh, 3 ex-wives.
No. Try 4 ex-wives. She was a busy puppy. He has a current, too.
So what else we got?
Well, you got nothing until lab gets finished here. Then I'll get your report, okay?
What?
This. The parking stub, first downtown.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Kirkland. It's well protected and well connected, you know that? This thing could get messy. So look here, look. I want you two to close this as fast as you possibly can. You understand me? All right? And I'll go downtown and run interference.
All right, I'll go talk to his daughter.
Good. I'll finish up here, and then I will catch you right out and talk to the widow.
I'll meet you there.
All right?
Thanks for coming down. I am sorry that you had to be the one.
It's okay. I'm sure my father's just as emotional in death as he was in life.
Are you okay? I need to ask you some questions. When was the last time that you saw your father?
A couple weeks ago. It wasn't like we were very close or anything like that. You know, I hardly ever remember my dad when he and my mom were married. And then after the divorce, it was like we're complete strangers.
Is that why you never talked about him?
It was awful because, you know, I just kept thinking, why doesn't he love me anymore? I'll never forget that sleepover that you had at your house. And your dad, he came in, your stepdad, and he leaned over and he kissed you. And I remember thinking to myself, I wonder if I asked him what he kissed me to.
He's a great guy, my stepdad. You know, it's funny. I always thought you were the lucky one.
When my father called, needless to say, I was a little surprised.
Why did he call?
He wanted to talk to me about my sister, Megan. She's my half-sister. I used to spend the holidays with my father. And, so she always kind of thought of me as her big sister. She was just a little kid then.
How old is she now?
17. Megan and my father were having a lot of problems ever since, he married the bitch.
Wife number 4.
5. Her name was Whitney. She has a lingerie fetish, like Madonna. I mean, it was pathetic because this man is in his 60s. He wanted me to tell my sister about the facts of life. Either she stopped seeing the guy she's bumping, or else he is going to cut her out of the will.
A real romantic, huh?
So we had lunch a week later. She said she was in love. The guy worked for my father. He cleaned the pool. He's a Cuban kid. His name is, Ricky. I don't remember.
And your father doesn't like Cubans.
My father is just fine with acquaintances. He just doesn't like anybody he knows.
Mrs. Kirkland?
Yes. I'm sorry to keep you waiting. It's just such a shock. Ever since they called to say that he was...
I realize that this must be tough for you. If it's too much, I could come back later.
No. I'll be all right. It just seems so strange. I just don't understand how someone could kill him like that.
I really appreciate your cooperation. Do you know where your husband was going the night he was killed?
No, he called earlier to say he would be working late.
He do that often?
Yes, he's a workaholic. I mean, that is, he was.
Look, I apologize for putting you through this, but did your husband have any enemies? Anyone that might have wanted to see him dead?
No, maybe. I don't know.
Want to clarify that for me?
You see, I was Quentin's 5th wife. And by the time we met, he truly didn't trust women. He asked me to sign a prenuptial agreement. And then
What type of prenuptial agreement?
The kind that tests your commitment. In the event of Quentin's death, I get to keep my car and my clothes, and $50,000 to help me start over.
It's not much by today's prices, is it?
I loved him. I never thought this would happen.
Yeah, I understand. It's tough. I want to thank you for your help, Mrs. Kirkland. Here's my card. If you can think of anything else, please give me a call.
Okay.
Hey, what are you doing there? Police officer, freeze!
You're Sergeant Lorenzo?
I'm looking for Mr. Martell.
It's Ms., not Mr. Please, have a seat.
With a name like Michael, I was expecting a man.
Well, with a name like Sergeant Lorenzo, I was expecting a balding, overweight Nazi in reflector shades. Now, what can I do for you?
Thanks. Do you handle the banking for Quentin Kirkland of Kirkland & Bowes?
Sergeant Lorenzo, here at First Downtown Bank and Trust, we do not discuss our customers' private business.
How about late customers?
I beg your pardon?
Mr. Kirkland had a little problem last night. Went to sleep with an 8-inch steel suppository embedded in his chest. He didn't wake up.
You what?
He was murdered. Now, Ms. Martell, we have reason to believe that he had some dealings at the bank here yesterday.
My God. You know, I tried to talk him out of it, but he wouldn't listen to me.
So he was here?
Yeah, late, a little before 3. Mr. Kirkland was one of our oldest and largest investors. He kept both his personal and corporate accounts here.
Right. Yesterday when he was here, what did he want?
To withdraw $1 million in small denominations. Nothing larger than a 50.
$1 million is a lot of money. Certainly enough to kill for, assuming you know somebody who carries that kind of cash. Only the trouble with people today is, even in Palm Beach, you murder some guy for his money, you better take American Express. Unfortunately for Quentin Kirkland III, he'd apparently left home without it. The man was a collector, arts and antiques, wine and women. If you've told my grandmother a guy had 5 wives, she would have told you it was 4 too many. In Kirkland's case, number 1 died in a car accident, number 2 lives in Spain, number 3 remarried a French diplomat currently living in China, number 4 became a Hare Krishna, and number 5 beat the system. Some women have all the luck.
That reminds me of a girl that I once dated.
Really?
Yeah.
Dated an artist? That's real impressive, Sam. So what you work in, oil or watercolors?
Oil. Preferably Wesson.
Hi, Lou Boswell. I handle security for the family. Is this something I can help you with?
You're in security. I bet you can help us find Mrs. Kirkland.
She's resting right now. She doesn't want to be disturbed.
Like going downtown will disturb her. Or we could do this here. Won't take long.
Follow me.
She looks real exhausted.
Mrs. Kirkland, these officers would like to talk to you.
You know, actually, you might want your lawyer present for this.
Why? Have I done something wrong?
No. According to the bank, your husband withdrew $1 million in cash yesterday. He left with it in a leather briefcase, gold initials on the side. Now, since it wasn't found with the body, we were wondering if you knew something about it.
I was afraid of this. 3 nights ago, Mr. Kirkland's daughter, Megan, didn't come home for dinner. It wasn't the first time, so nobody made a big deal. Until this arrived.
A ransom note? $1 million in small bills.
Why didn't you say something about this before?
Because I advised her not to.
Well, free advice is worth what you pay for it. You want to tell us why?
Yeah, because until last night, we considered this whole kidnapping business a hoax.
Excuse me?
Megan had gotten in with a young man, a Cuban kid named Ricky Vargas. He worked for the Kirklands as a pool boy, and when Mr. Kirkland found out, he fired the kid. Then Megan disappeared, so we figured that she'd gone with him.
So you thought the ransom note was sent with his daughter's cooperation?
Yeah, a ploy to make money, pure and simple.
Apparently Quentin Kirkland didn't agree.
Oh, wait a minute. I spoke with him yesterday afternoon, and we both agreed that to meet the demands of this ransom note was a bad idea.
Obviously, he changed his mind.
Megan is very manipulative. She's always known which buttons to push to make Quentin feel guilty.
When we heard about the murder, I told Mrs. Kirkland not to say anything about the kidnapping on the chance that we were right and that Megan would come home on her own. I guess I made a mistake.
Guess you did. Can you describe Ricky Vargas?
Well, he has dark brown hair, brown eyes, mid-20s. Oh, and he has a tattoo, a butterfly on his arm.
Yesterday, a man fitting that description was hiding in the bushes out front when I pulled up. We chased him, but he got away.
He was here?
Look, we'll put an APB out on him. Keep your doors locked. If he comes here again, give us a call. Maybe we'll get lucky, he'll make a mistake, and we can pick him up. Miss Kirkland, do you have a picture of Megan?
Of course, I'll be right back. Do you think he's hurt her?
Let's hope not. We'll be in touch.
She's soaking up raised Boswells and street clothes. Lou seems like the type that would lend a hand to a widow in need.
I love it when it starts getting lurid.
Lurid.
Oh, I love the smell of formaldehyde in the morning.
Nice tie.
What, you don't like this?
Oh, did I say that?
Well, it's not what you said. It's the way you said it. Nice tie. Like you wouldn't be caught dead wearing it.
In here? Sorry. I'm sorry, really. So, you finished the autopsy report on Kirkland?
Yeah, about an hour ago.
Any surprises?
No, it was pretty straightforward. Let's see. Male, Caucasian, age 64. Let's see, toxicology. Well, he didn't do drugs, but his alcohol level was 1.9.
Whoa. Sounds like the guy had a buzz on.
Yeah, by the looks of his liver, my guess is he probably never noticed.
You're not giving us anything we can use, Roger.
Hey, just giving you the facts, ma'am. This isn't creative writing, you know.
Roger, you find a guy with a bail hook in his chest. I mean, it's not exactly news when you find out that that's what killed him. Give me something I can use.
I'm sorry, it isn't what you want to hear, but, I mean, I don't kill him, I just cut him. And, I can't give you what I don't find. Besides, a bail hook is not exactly your average weapon of choice in this town.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Guns, knives, drugs, ropes. Yeah, I mean, I see that all the time, but in all my years as a doctor, this is my first bail hook.
Really?
Yeah. But, there's a first time for everything, right? Like dinner. You and me.
Thanks for the workup.
Yeah, that's the one. Give it to me. Ricardo Dominiquez. Got it. Thanks.
Yeah.
I owe you one.
Autopsy was a bust.
What, he didn't really die?
No. He died exactly the way it looked, from a puncture wound to the heart.
It's great.
Great? What's so great about finding out what we already know?
Well, I just spoke to the lab. They pulled a partial print off Kirkland's car, ran it through the computer. It's a perfect match on one Ricardo Dominguez, small-time hustler who did 1 to 5 on attempted murder in Louisiana. Was released after serving 28 months on a work furlough program.
Where?
New Orleans. Worked as a longshoreman.
Where he got a lot of practice using a bail hook.
Got it. He even has a tattoo.
Butterfly right up her arm? So where's he now?
That was his parole officer. Hasn't seen him in 6 months. Thinks he might have skipped state. He's gonna wire us a photo and a full set of prints.
Sounds like the kind of kid that would steal a shirt off your back. Hi.
Hi.
Linda Kirkland, my partner, Chris Lorenzo.
Hi.
Hi.
How is everything?
Could I talk to you alone?
Yeah. I gotta go down to missing persons anyway. It was nice to meet you.
What a hunk. I finally realized why you got into police work.
Has his compensations. So what's up?
My sister, Megan, she called
She did when?
late last night. She sounded very worried about what happened to my father, and she needs somebody to talk to, and I suggested you.
What about Ricky Vargas?
She didn't say. You have got to promise me that you're going to meet her alone. Nobody else, not even your partner. And when it's over, and you let her go. Agreed?
Linda, your sister's in real trouble here.
You have got to promise me you're not going to arrest her.
As long as she didn't kill him, I'm just here to talk.
All right. There's a small park near the marina. Here are the directions. She'll be there at 4. You come 5 minutes late, she's gone.
I'll be there.
Thanks.
Megan Kirkland?
Who are you?
Rita Lee Lance, Palm Beach PD. Your sister said that you needed to talk to someone about your father's murder.
Are you alone?
Your family believes you may have been kidnapped. You want to tell me about it?
It wasn't supposed to be like this.
Really? What was it supposed to be, like a pretend kidnapping? You and your boyfriend get your father to pony up $1 million going away gift? Whose idea was that anyway, Ricky Vargas's?
He said it would be easy. My father wouldn't miss the money and we could go off.
Where is he now?
He didn't do it.
Well, then he's got nothing to worry about. But if he doesn't come forward and clear himself, there's nothing I can do to help you. Talk to me, Megan.
Why didn't my father just understand? Tried to explain to him how we felt about each other, but he wouldn't listen. He fired Ricky, and he told me I could never see him again.
So you ran away and sent the note asking for money?
But it wasn't like stealing. I mean, I would have inherited the money eventually anyway.
And then Ricky went to meet your father to collect the money.
He got there late. My father was already dead, and the money was gone. He got scared, and he came straight back. Look, I know, this sounds like I'm making this up, but I'm not. You've got to help us.
Then you've got to help yourself. You've got to convince him to turn himself in. That is the only chance that he has.
There she goes.
Think we should move on?
No, let's give her a minute. Maybe she can convince him to do the right thing.
Right. You know, I believe her. She believes him. I'm just not sure I believe him.
You have that wonderfully uncomplicated way of seeing things.
So assuming this Ricky Vargas isn't the guy, then who stopped the clock on Kirkland? His wife?
No, not with the prenuptial. She's got too much to lose. No, Sam, what about your friend Linda?
No. I mean, she may have hated him for the kind of father he was, but not enough to kill him, not like that.
Which brings us right back to Ricky Vargas. Or Dominguez, whatever the hell his name is.
He's calm with the record. He violates his parole, gets lucky. Megan becomes his meal ticket. Makes sense, except for the part where he came back to the house and we almost grabbed him. I mean, if he already has the money, why would he take the chance?
I got me on that.
Oh, speaking of getting you, did I mention your girlfriend called?
What, Ursula?
Yeah, something about making pasta.
Oh! I completely forgot.
Wait, they killed him. He's dead. They killed him. They killed Ricky.
Got it. Upstairs with the girl. Whatever.
You sure you got the right Cuban?
Yeah, according to his wallet. We'll know more when the lab tech's finished up.
So ballpark me on this one.
All right. Got a bullet to the back of the head, small caliber, and visible powder burns on the neck and shirt collar.
Anything else?
Yeah, he had a couple $1,000s in small bills stuffed into his pockets.
How small?
Nothing bigger than a 50. How is she?
She's shaken up. She really loved him. The whole kidnap was a scam, Hutch. Sounds like that Vargas talked her into it.
She say where the rest of the money is?
Nope. She claims she never saw it.
What do you mean she never saw it? What is this, convenient amnesia? We're talking about $1 million here.
No, I think she's telling the truth. You could have seen her face when we found the cash on her boyfriend's body.
Give me a theory.
Well, I think that someone tapped Vargas to front a fake kidnapping. He got greedy, attempted a major coup, and they offed him.
Women's intuition clearly a superior intellect.
Thank you.
You know, you sound like my mother. Don't sound like my mother.
Sorry.
All right, we got a how, we got a why, I need a who. Okay? See you back at the bullpen.
Oh, look, Ursula, don't get upset. It's my job. Ursula, listen. Did I promise pasta? And have I ever lied to you? Oh, that was different. No, I can't. We got a 187. It's a murder case. Well, I don't know, just some guy made a couple of bad choices. Hey, no, don't get upset, all right? I'm a cop. It's what I do. Tomorrow night, no, shh. Tomorrow night I'm gonna surprise you, okay? We'll do candlelight, dinner, maybe a sensual massage. We can do that? Right. Okay, I gotta go. If I don't call you, it's not because I'm not thinking about you. You understand? Right. Oh, okay, 8:30 sharp. I miss you too.
Not the one, Sam. Sorry.
When you say that, you don't even know her.
Yeah, but I know you. Anybody that can't handle being told on the phone that a complete stranger has been clipped, well, just not permanent material.
She's sensitive. I like that in her.
Hi. You guys got a second?
That depends.
What's up?
I didn't want to say anything that might upset the Kirklands, but I've been doing a little nosing around, and I think you ought to know about it.
Like what?
Like this kid, Vargas, had a little gambling problem.
How little?
Word is on the street he was on the hook for 50 big ones.
Yeah, try a bail hook.
You sure it was 50?
Yeah, plus interest at a yard a day. You can see how people might get a little impatient.
Sounds like you have a theory.
As a matter of fact. Okay. The kid needs juice to pay off his debt to the shark, right? So he uses Megan to get next to her father. But the old man recognizes him when he comes to pick up the drop, and boom, the kid kills him. Then the kid goes to pay the shark. The deal goes south, and boom, he buys it the same way. You live by the sword, you die by the sword.
Where'd you get all this information?
Sorry. I promised my source I'd keep him out of it.
But you'd be willing to go on record yourself?
Well, I work for the Kirklands, so, anything I can do to help.
All right. Thanks for coming in. We'll be in touch.
Pleasure.
I don't know, Sammy. What do you think?
Guy's a real public servant.
You got a pretty tidy theory on who iced that kid.
I hate tidy. It's a messy world, you know, Sam? Some people are born to money and power. Some people rise to take it, while others, if you should pardon the expression, have it thrust upon them. I'd only met Whitney Kirkland a couple of times, but I was pretty sure that she knew the value of a good thrust.
Oh, I'm sorry to keep you waiting. I've been trying to make arrangements for my husband's funeral.
I understand completely. We're just running down a list of possibilities. I need to ask a few questions.
Well, I'll try to answer them if I can.
How long did Mr. Boswell work for you and your husband? Something wrong?
Oh, no, nothing. It's just I wasn't expecting the question. Well, my husband did all the hiring, so I can't be certain, but it's been at least a year.
A year. And exactly what were his duties?
He handles internal security for all of my husband's business dealings. And when the trouble with Megan came up, he offered to help.
So when the ransom note came, what did he advise you to do?
I don't know. Well, Megan was Quentin's daughter, not mine. He tended to keep certain things from me. I'm sorry, I'm not being much help, am I?
Oh, you're doing fine. So, your husband discussed the ransom demand over with Boswell, but not with you.
That's right. Is that important?
No, just doing some checking. You've been very helpful. So how is Megan doing?
Considering the circumstances, about the best she can.
Oh, I'm afraid I need to speak to her as well.
Oh, the doctor still has her under sedation. Maybe you could come back another day.
I can talk.
Megan, what are you doing up? The doctor left specific instructions for you to stay in bed.
I'll be just fine.
Don't worry, this'll just take a minute.
Well, call me if you need me.
I heard your voice. I was hoping you'd come to say you caught whoever killed Ricky.
Not yet. You want to tell me about him?
He was incredible. And I miss him so much.
What about his bad habits?
Oh, is that what she said? That he was a bad influence? Well, let me tell you something. He didn't drink, he didn't smoke, he didn't do drugs. The only thing that he did was me. And my father couldn't handle that, okay?
How about his gambling?
Gambling, he didn't have any money.
Did you know that his name wasn't Vargas, it was Dominguez?
You're lying.
That he was convicted of attempted murder in Louisiana and he jumped parole?
I don't believe you.
No, I'm sorry, Megan. Sometimes the truth hurts. He was using you.
No.
Megan, listen to me.
No, it's just lies. You're just like all the rest of them.
In Palm Beach, some people will tell you talk is cheap. Others will tell you anything for a price. After hearing Megan's version of the truth, we knew that we needed a second opinion. So Chris checked with his snitch, and I went to pick him up. Hey, what'd your snitch say?
Same thing the girl said. Only gambling Vargas did was with social diseases.
Sounds like a hell of a guy.
All right, so if he didn't gamble and he wasn't in hock up to his tonsils to some loan shark, what does that tell us?
Somebody was being less than candid.
Like our friend Mr. Boswell.
Yep, that'd be my first choice.
Let's go get him. Ah, here it is.
Mr. Boswell?
Got a couple of questions we'd like to ask you. So what do we got here?
Looks like a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the right temple.
Pants are down around his ankles.
Do you think this guy was trying to kiss his butt goodbye?
Well, maybe he was trying to perfect his golf grip before he teed off for good.
Except his trouser mouths are waving in the breeze. It looks like a garden variety suicide.
What do we got there?
Got a note.
How thoughtful. The old note in a typewriter, huh? Sorry to check out this way, but I'm the one with the gambling debts. I killed Kirkland, then the kid. Jail's not my style, Boswell. It's nice.
Neat.
What do you think?
Too neat.
Too nice.
What do you want? The guy's part of a silk stocking. He did us a courtesy. Tied a few knots before he pulled the hammer.
You know, especially like the part where he shuffles over to the typewriter with his bucket in there and leaves us a note. I mean, which digit do you think he used on the spacebar?
Don't forget to dust the spacebar.
So what do you want us to say?
How about thank you?
Wait, you're buying this bull snot?
When one dead body closes the book on 2 or more dead bodies, and there's no evidence to the contrary, maybe. Now, just maybe the obvious is obvious.
Wait a minute, didn't Yogi Berra say that?
You don't mess with success.
Absolutely right. Why screw with success?
Makes perfect sense.
Boswell was a gambler. You know, played the ponies, bet against the spread.
Gets in over his head, sees a chance to get even.
Kills a couple people along the way. Then he can't handle it, and... Are you buying this?
No.
Me either.
Maybe we need to go to Boswell's. Why would a guy keep an empty file?
Which file?
Megan Kirkland. Either he kept lousy records or somebody lifted it.
Oh, Pater.
What? Q?
Yeah, Quentin.
So what do you got?
Got the full scoop on Ricky Vargas. Real name, prison record, got everything.
Boswell knew from the start.
Better than that, looks like he set the kid up. Look at this. Expense receipts. Hotel, clothing, food.
Condoms?
Condoms, where do you see condoms?
Right there, right next to the shampoo and the hair gel.
Oh, yeah. He probably practiced safe sex. We'll give her a wash, dry, set all in the same afternoon.
What a golfer.
You know, this doesn't make any sense, Sam. I mean, why would Boswell pay this kid's way? Unless they were on the same team.
So how about this? He gets Vargas a job as Kirkland's pool boy.
Yeah?
Arranges it for him to meet his daughter. She wants to wave a rebel flag, so he gives her a pole to hang it on, and together they up a revolution.
Father disapproves. Vargas convinces her to fake the kidnapping for $1 million, intending to split it with Boswell the entire time.
Only Boswell double-crosses him.
Look, assuming we're right so far, who kills Boswell?
Megan?
No, she's just a kid.
Yeah, well, she's an angry kid.
How would she have figured out that it was Boswell?
We did.
It's a good theory. We're gonna need more.
What time's the autopsy?
As we speak.
Let's go to the Y.
Well, there you are. Been calling your office for half an hour.
Oh, about Boswell? What'd you find?
Well, nothing unusual.
I really hate it when the obvious is obvious.
Except the total absence of powder burns on the victim's right hand.
The one holding the weapon, huh?
Correct.
What else?
An extreme angle of entry that could have only occurred if he pulled the trigger with his right thumb.
Ah, but he was gripping it with his index finger.
Precisely.
So he didn't commit suicide.
So, anything else?
Yeah, seminal fluid on the front of his shirt.
Sounds like somebody got him excited.
Well, let's just say he was definitely preoccupied with whoever hit him. My guess is she was doing him when she pulled the trigger.
Oh, right in the chair.
Yeah, posture's so important. Listen, you go get the warrant. I'll take a ride and go talk to the girl.
Sure.
If that's the cab, tell him to start loading the luggage. I'll be right there.
Sorry, the cab's not here yet. You, going out of town?
Yes. Well, considering the circumstances, I needed to take a few days away.
Looks like more than a few days.
No, not really. But you probably travel light.
Actually, I'm here to see Megan.
Oh, I'm really sorry. She's still under sedation. She can't be disturbed. Doctor's orders.
You're leaving her here alone?
Oh, with the servants? I'm sure she'll be fine.
Maybe you can have Mr. Boswell stop by and make sure.
Mr. Boswell. Good idea.
Here, why don't I help you with your bags?
Oh, no, that's all right.
Your late husband's?
No.
QK, Quentin Kirkland.
Well, I guess it must be. You know, I had to pack a few last-minute things, so I just picked it up and...
Do you mind if I see?
Yes, I do.
Afraid I'm going to have to ask you to open the briefcase.
Do you have a warrant?
Well, actually, my partner has it. He should be here any minute.
Step back. Set the briefcase down and your purse. How did you know?
You're trapped in a bad marriage with a prenuptial agreement. You need a way out. You take Boswell as your lover. He pays Vargas to seduce Megan and fake the kidnapping. Does that sound right so far?
Very impressive.
And what, you ask? Well, and he kills your husband and he grabs some money because he thinks the two of you are still an item. He snuffs Vargas, you snuff him. Why split $1 million if you don't have to?
My thoughts precisely.
There's the warrant.
Or the taxi to the airport.
Either way, it's over.
It is for you.
Sammy, are you okay?
You all right? Sammy? Maid? You're on the phone. Dial 911. I'll wake you last.
Hi, Sam. I hear we got our man.
Yeah, wrapped, stamped, and delivered. How's your shoulder?
Sore.
I think I better have a look.
Hey, you some kind of pervert?
Me?
Yeah, you. Probably the same guy that sent me the roses.
Actually, I got those for your surgeon for doing such a good job. This is for you.
Thanks. Anything else I should know?
Well, Linda Kirkland moved back into her sister's place to help her through the rough spots.
Did you ever make pasta dinner for what's her name?
Ursula? No. She got tired of waiting around, sent out for Chinese food.
Sorry, Sam.
Oh, careful. Forget it.
So I guess that means you gotta break in a new golfer, huh?
Hey, beats the hell out of breaking in a new partner.